Adolf Hitler was born in Austria in 1889 to a rigid authoritarian father and a doting mother. His childhood oscillated between discipline and escape. He failed academically and dreamed of artistic success. Vienna, Austria, where he lived in his teens, was a city of dazzling culture, but also of one of steeped anti-Semitism and pan-German nationalism. Rejected twice by the Academy of Fine Arts, Hitler lived in poverty and isolation. He was a fantastic painter who painted on postcards to survive. These formative years deepened his resentment, sharpened his racial obsessions, and introduced him to the idea of a pure Germanic identity. It was the Great War that transformed Hitler, the drifter, into Hitler, the believer. Enlisting voluntarily into the Bavarian army in 1914, he found purpose, structure, and comradeship. The war, for him, was not just combat, it was a spiritual awakening. He served as a messenger in brutal conditions and was actually wounded twice.
I need one of you men to deliver a message. Yes, soldiers, stay down. Stay down. Take this to Lieutenant Goodman at the command post. Wait for a reply. I followed your orders, sir.
Once by shelling, and the other temporarily was blinded by gas attacks, which earned him the Iron Cross for bravery. But perhaps most important was what he internalized: loyalty, sacrifice, and a romanticized view of war as noble suffering. Germany's defeat in 1918 shattered this illusion. Hitler, like many, saw the loss not as a failure on the battlefield, but as a betrayal from within by Jews, Marxists, and civilians who stabbed the army in the back. This stabbed in the back myth became central to his worldview. The abdication of the Kaiser, the humiliation of the Treaty of Versailles, and the perceived weakness of the Weimar Republic were, in Hitler's mind, unforgivable crimes. The war had given him purpose. Peace had robbed it from him. Hitler described his reaction in Mein Kampf to the defeat of Germany. There followed terrible days and even worse nights. I knew that all was lost. In these nights, hatred grew in me. Hatred for those responsible for this deed. Post-war Germany didn't offer healing. It offered instability, starvation, and shame. For Hitler, this chaos provided a stage. His war experience became a mythic foundation, not only proof of his commitment to Germany, but justification for his vengeance. The battlefield cultivated his love for authority, violence, and redemption through struggle, traits he would actually later on weaponize. His speeches echoed the fervor of a soldier betrayed, and his ideology was anchored in restoring what he believed was lost: unity, strength, and racial purity. Nazism's emergence in Germany wasn't born of a single cause. It was the result of centuries of cultural traditions, political upheavals, and influential ideas. Despite a rich heritage in literature, science, and faith, Germany also held a long-standing warrior ethos, dating back to the defeat of Roman legions at Teutoburg Forest. The devastation of the 30 Years' War left Germany fragmented and disillusioned with Christianity. As religious unity dissolved, secularism grew, fueled by immigration and philosophical shifts. Unlike England or France, Germany failed to retain a clear national identity until the rise of Otto von Bismarck and Richard Wagner in the 19th century. Bismarck unified the nation politically, while Wagner stirred a longing for mythic German glory through music. German society lacked a democratic tradition and instead revered authority. This made Hitler's rise less shocking to many. Philosophers like Hegel and Nietzsche paved the ideological groundwork. Hegel emphasized state supremacy and cultural pride, while Nietzsche shattered moral foundations, glorifying the Übermensch, meaning Superman, and dismissing Judeo-Christian values. Hitler absorbed these ideas, idolized Wagner, and echoed Nietzsche's disdain for Jewish influence. The trauma of World War I and the punishing Treaty of Versailles created desperation. Economic collapse, hyperinflation, national shame left Germans hungry for salvation. Hitler offered unity, order, and revenge, and exploited anti-Semitic scapegoating to galvanize his support. Charismatic and ruthless, he fused myth and grievance and ideology into a fascist movement that promised rebirth but delivered ruin. Germany embraced the slogan of the Ein Volk, the Ein Reich, ein Führer. One people, one empire, one leader. But Germany paid for it with the devastation and eternal regret. That is it for this episode. What do you think about Adolf Hitler? Do you think he was born evil? Do you think he was destined to become evil? Or do you think World War I, the Great War, had any effect on him turning into the way he was? Let me know in the comments below. Please like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. And please watch the video to my right and the video to my left, and make sure you watch all my other videos as well. And I will see you all in the next episode.